questions Christians ask. So the first question that I have here is it a sin for a Christian to bet or gamble? If yes, why? There are some Christian values, there are some um, you know, Christian virtues that we live up to or we are expected to live up to, which is not like the question itself on those Christian virtues do not have a yes or no question answer. Yes. Like when we talk about drinking, when we talk about this betting or gambling, it's not a yes or no answer. Actually, I can say yes, it's a sin, but from biblical concepts, it's not an outright yes or no. It's because right, and this is because we do not want to put or say something that the scripture did not was not loud about. So it's better we should teach it and come to a conclusion. Okay, this is why it is wrong, and this is why it is right. Right? Hope you get that. So now let's establish what is gambling. We all know gambling, a game of chance, a game of luck, to get money. It's just like get rich quick kind of something, right? And it's the kind of get rich quick that cancels the place of hard work, that cancels the place of your work. Now you may begin to think, okay, must I work for everything? Must I work for everything? The scripture is one that always what establishes the principle of work. Yes, you see that even God Himself in creation, He worked. So, and He said on the seventh day He rested from all His work. So, the scripture is the one that establishes the principle of work to earn. But how would you know that when something you're doing is really not right? Now, the underlying characteristics or the underlying things we find in gambling, which you can find in people that gamble, one, irresponsibility. These people are highly irresponsible in dealing with money. And in Christian virtue, you know that, what is it called? Irresponsibility is not even welcomed. Irresponsibility is not even welcomed. You will find it in little statements like a man that cannot take care of his home is worse than an infidel. That is irresponsibility, right? So irresponsibility is not even an attribute of a Christian. A Christian is a responsible one. A Christian is one that um, you know, is up and doing. A Christian is one that can source and can keep whatever has been put into his or her hand. You can also see the characteristics of persons that were like bishop or pastors in the book of Titus and Timothy. If you read those, you see that responsibility is a Christian virtue. Then we'll find greed. Yes. What is motivating you to those betting and those gambling? You know, for love of money. And you will know that the scripture was very high on speaking against the love of money. And the love of money is what? The root of all evil. So you see, gambling is the one that the underlying characteristic that is the one that below it, like underneath gambling. Oh, I'm gambling. I just want to see if I win. Underneath it is hidden what? Greed and love of money. You want to reap where you have not sown. So you see, that's also another characteristics. Another characteristics of gambling, something you find that is always with people that gamble, you see it is addiction, addiction to it. And the Bible was saying that to whom you've given yourself to, that you become slave to. And you see, when the thing that is controlling you as a believer, as a Christian, is not God, when that thing is outside of God, just know that it's already automatically sin. When the thing that is controlling your love, your appetite is not God, just know that that thing automatically becomes sin. And once you see any attribute, any character that you do, and you want to stop, but you cannot find yourself stopping, just know that something is wrong there. And that is the problem that comes with drinking, smoking. You see, these things, masturbation, pornography, these things are easily addictive. You see yourself hooked to them and you cannot. Sometimes you don't want to, but you find yourself doing it. You know that something is wrong. And when you sum up all these things, you begin to find yourself that into sin. So what am I saying? It is wrong to gamble. Hope we get that. So yes, it is wrong to gamble. And gambling itself, you may not have committed sin, but at the end of the day, every other thing underlying in it has sin in it. So at the end of the day, you've committed sin. So So I admonish you, stay away from gambling, even for yourself. And you see, even our society, how you hear things like gamble responsibly, drink responsibly, because you know that the tendency of not doing that responsibly is higher than the tendency of doing it responsibly. So for the company not to be like, oh, we did not warn you, so it's not like I'm the one that led you to irresponsibility. They'll just write it there. Smokers are liable to die young. They know that you still smoke and you will still die young. Drink responsibly. They know you will not drink responsibly. Gamble responsibly only for 18 plus. They know that you will not gamble responsibly. And for them not to be held accountable for those actions, they rather put those warning signs, knowing that you will not hit it. So it's better you should not entangle yourself into gambling and anything that you can, not just anything you know that you cannot have a control of it. A believer has been called into a life of liberty. A believer has been called into a life where you are to be the one to control everything you do. And if you come from the place of love of God and Christ, and any other thing outside of that, you know that you're already stepping out of the way.